Your name is Sly. How's that for formal introduction? You have a variety of interesting interests, though you're gonna have to skip those for now. Time is of the essence. You've just run out of your precious Doritos. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to retrieve more before you inevitably starve to death. What would you like to do? Sly, lick keyboard for nutritional value. You lap at the keyboard with your ear tongue, meticulously caressing each and every key in turn. Not even the deepest, darkest nooks and crannies escape your ravenous attention. You are determined to explore every inch of your keyboard, as to leave even a single speck of flavor unmolested would be a travesty against connoisseurs of cuisine worldwide. The numerous droplets of unidentified liquid and small clumps of miscellaneous substances dotted across the keyboard do not detract from your feast, but rather serve to enhance it. Each unique texture coalesces into a harmony, sending your taste buds into a frenzy as you enter a state of pure bliss. You have truly reached flavor nirvana. You close your eyes as the world melts away around you. All that matters now is that heavenly taste of Dorito dust mingling with the odd sugary splash of Mountain Dew, along with an assortment of stray crumbs from your many snacks past. Simply divine. Oh, and there's also a weird slimy lump which tastes sort of. Next. Blech. Oh god, it's wriggling! You hastily remove your tongue from the keyboard and, for the sake of your sanity, resolve to pretend that none of this ever happened. Sly, round up your posse for Dorito Quest 2015. Your posse is composed of you and your determination. You will get those Doritos, and nothing will stand in your way. Sly, no-scope empty dew bottle into nearest trash can. The no-scope? What an outdated, obsolete maneuver. You're no casual. You've long since adapted the far superior and highly acclaimed technique of 360 no-scope into your repertoire. In fact, the Doritos can wait. You've got to prove your honor. Hopefully you won't keel over from starvation in the meantime. Next. Oh, you meant to do that. Sly, clean your fucking room. You just did. You did recently. Definitely recently. Yeah, you'd think it looks pretty spiffy now, to be honest. You suppose you could use a bit of a spit shine, though. Sly, turn on that god-awful Call of Duty poster. You can never do that. Your Call of Duty poster is a prized possession that is near and dear to your over-caffeinated heart. You remember your first kill streak. It almost brings a tear to your eye. Oh, there you go, getting all sentimental. Your room is perfectly fine just the way it is, and nobody can tell you otherwise. Sly, equip sick-ass gun sword in preparation for your critical mission. You hurry over to your trusty gunblade and nearly buckle at the radiating intense power. The drooling mouth of the gun seems to spasm at the thought of delivering each fatal round, while the shimmering blade threatens to cut down all who dare approach. Surely this mixture of efficient killing machines will meet all of your foes of a quick and elegant demise. Life is a battleground, and with the gunblade, you will always come out on top. Shame this thing is plastic. You quickly store it in your Silodex for later. Sly, equip your LED shutter shades. You need to get them out of your Silodex before it gets too dangerous. Next. Modus Pictionary, an affiliate of the hit board game, employs advanced art technology to distinguish a drawing of an object and summon it from within your Silodex. Each individual pen stroke is analyzed and critiqued based on your artistic merit, then assigned an item of similar appearance. Next. This would work great if you could draw worth shit. Sly, use your gunplate to sniff out Doritos. You're sure this cheap hunk of plastic will screw itself on a fresh bag of the good stuff eventually. Sly, realize you're still Doritos-less. Rectify this immediately. You feel a rumble from deep within the pit of your stomach. It's time to take drastic measures. Take the first cautious step out of the safety and comfort of your bedroom and into the dangerous and unforgiving world. You are now in the hallway. Next. The kitchen is just down the hall end. Oh, there's your brother's bedroom. Right there. Nothing is stopping you from going in there and touching all of his stuff. Especially the... No. You could never do that to your own flesh and blood. You're determined to keep your grubby hands off of his personal belongings. Though, you admit, you have always been curious. Nary a day has gone by that you haven't heard the clicking, the tapping, the incessant sliding emanating from behind his closed door. The siren calls become more difficult to resist with each passing day, and you're not sure you can contain yourself any longer. Next. Nope, not today. You've got more important matters to attend to. You think your stomach is beginning to absorb itself for sustenance. You're perfectly fine with the fact that your insatiable thirst for danger will forever remain unquenched with the sweet elixir of discovery. That nagging sense of exploration and intrigue that lays behind the back of your skull, telling you to leave no path untraveled, no stone unturned, no trail unblazed. You just have to ignore it. You have Doritos to acquire. Sly, give in to temptation. Maybe just a peek. Sly, bash door in with gunblade. The door is unlocked, but you like to make an entrance. Next. Your god. Next. It's better than you could have ever imagined. Sly, grind. There's so much shit in here, you wouldn't even know where to start. You simply don't have the time to rummage through your bro's colossal hoard of items. Sly, take the tech deck and get out of there before your bro catches you. You find yourself back in the hallway. Barring any more distractions, you finally make your way into the kitchen. Next. You feel the rush of nostalgia as you step into the kitchen. The rustic oak cupboards flood your mind with memories of childhood, while the hum of the fridge welcomes you into a hungerless age. You take a moment to reminisce as you inhale a good whiff of the stale, mildewy air around you. Now, where are those chips? Sly, rummage through the cupboards. Cupboards do tend to hold food. You like your prospects here. You crack open the dusty, creaky cabinet to reveal... Next. What is this garbage? Generic store brand? This is heresy, a sin upon the highest order of magnitude. You begin to weep silently at the miscarriage of justice before you. Next. You can't help but ponder the fruitless nature of this quest. Was it all merely in vain? Is it really too much to ask for a guy to get a good meal? Wherever could these elusive chips be? Next. Maybe in the Dorito vault? Sly, open the vault. The vault is sealed tight, protected by a password. This is where your brother squirrels away the Doritos, locked out of the reach from your grubby hands, lest you eat an obscene amount of them in a gratuitous display of your lack of self-discipline skills. Normally you would just beg him for another ration, or 6, but you're not sure of his whereabouts at the moment. You'll just have to crack the code. Now, what combination to try? Sly, enter code 800-81352. Much to your disappointment, the pad only accepts up to 4 digits. Looks like you're really gonna need to rack your brain on this one. Sly, spam the keyboard. You enter every meme-related code you can think of in rapid succession, but no dice. Today, but memes trump math in every conceivable scenario has not yet arrived, it seems. Next. This doesn't seem to be yielding any result. Maybe your brother hid the code somewhere? Sly, read notes on cabinets. Your bro isn't one to keep passwords written down, but you might as well check. Next. As you suspected, the notes turn out to be a collection of inconsequential musings. You're not sure why the salad thing is crossed off. You certainly haven't caved in and eaten it yet, and you aren't planning on doing so anytime soon. Healthy food is for tasteless scrubs. Next. Still, to this day, each uneaten vegetable scrap remains caked on the plates, never to see the inside of your stomach. Sly, break the plates. The code might be hidden inside one of them. Great idea! Next. Upon further consideration, you decide to refrain from performing the first action that popped into your head. This is certainly a shocking change of pace. Sly, be responsible. Do the dishes. Maybe cleaning the plates would grant you some brownie points, possibly with a reward of the triangular variety. Not a bad idea, all things considered. You begin with your Capri salad plate, scooping the rotting, uneaten greens into the garbage disposal. But wait, what's this? Next. Oh, wow. Maybe vegetables aren't so bad after all. Sly, open the vault already. You don't need to tell yourself twice. Next. You feel like your entire life has been building up to this moment. Your heart flutters with anticipation as a gust of warm, ranch-flavored air brushes out at you. This is it. You feel as though you deserve some privacy for this rather intimate moment. Next. Much better. New guy, introduce self.
Your name is Chelsea, and despite the vaguely masculine appearance of your tousled locks, you are very much a female. You have a rather keen interest in boys, and in order to maintain such an interest, you've undertaken the burden of permanently cosplaying as one. Your fascination with the opposite gender is rivaled only by your love for the color pink, which adorns a large majority of your room. Though you insist that these pursuits are purely of the casual variety, others have taken to saying that they are borderline obsessive. Those people are wrong. In regards to physical capabilities, you take pride in your penchant for archery. Your accuracy with a bow is unrivaled to the point where you consider yourself a dead shot. This penchant has become somewhat of a hazard as of late. However, due to the fact that you rarely clean up after yourself, making your room a veritable minefield of sharp, pointy bits. Now that you're done reminding yourself of who you are, you might want to figure out what exactly it is you should be doing. You've outlined some chores next to Leo in hopes that he'll draw your attention and motivate you to complete some tasks. Despite this, you found your plan to work a bit too well, and that any and all attempts at getting down to business have been constantly met with the extended fawning sessions featuring none other than Mr. DiCaprio himself. Your gaze rests upon a collection of idle scrawlings from your sister that you can't be bothered to read right now. As long as you're set on examining things, you might as well examine the whole room. The more pictures of Adam I have, the better. I still can't be bothered to read those. They're not that interesting. Honest. The eternal dilemma is choosing a cat or a dog. My solution is to choose both, if I was allowed to own a pet. I think I would be the best dog owner. I even gave that one a little bone, so he wouldn't get hungry. Oh, Katniss, your beauty and skill with a bow are truly unmatched. You weren't strong because you wanted to be. You were strong because you had to be, for the ones you loved. Katniss is actually the reason why you learned how to shoot a bow in the first place. You won't admit that, of course, but it's true. I'm not particularly crazy about her music, but her makeup is amazing. One day, I'll get it right. I would probably see more progress if I actually wore makeup. Oh well. My trust bow. It is certainly the best possible weapon. There are always ideas for stories buzzing around in my head. I make sure to pen them as they appear, so I don't forget them. You toss some of your less than ideal story drafts at this bin, though despite your usually fantastic aim, not all of them make it in. There are an awful lot of them. You shudder at the thought of the bland writing and Mary Sue's contained within those drafts. You've considered investing in a paper shredder for particularly heinous ones. Good thing people aren't arbitrarily restricted to wearing the same clothes every day. That would be just silly. I like to keep some light reading available, even if they are just trashy romance books. I mean, never mind. Nothing suspicious in here. Certainly not any of those awful Twilight books. Please don't check. I believe I said not to check. Oh, hey, I wonder if PS2 updated yet. Nope, not a single page. Maybe there's something else I can do while I wait. Maybe if I refresh one more time? Nope, not a single page. Maybe there's something else I can do while I wait. If I want to be a writer someday, I need to learn good writing habits, like always having a pen and some paper handy. You never know when inspiration might strike. I've made funny faces at this more times than I care to admit. You turn this mirror the other way while you sleep for fear of being murdered by your parallel mirror self. It's become somewhat of a habit to turn it back around every morning. I should really invest in a quiver. Why is the cabinet on top of the wardrobe? It seems so counterintuitive. Anyway, I hope there's nothing important in there, 'cause I sure can't reach it. It's always best to keep some medical supplies on hand. You never know when there could be an emergency. Gotta be prepared. Wait, what's that? Oh, hey, that's where my hat is. Nice. Let me just grab that. You took a first aid training class last year. Since then, you have been 100% committed to pursuing a career in medicine. You are really good at first aid, or so your instructor told you. Physiology books. For both people and animals, I need to know this stuff if I ever want to be a vet. Did you hear the latest news about Adam Levine? Yup, still happily married? What a shame. Sometimes you stare at this picture until you fall asleep. It's always there to greet you in the morning when you wake up as well. Maybe you should move it to your ceiling for convenience. While Adam has a special place in my heart, Orlando has always been there for me through thick and thin. But he looks so much better with a goatee. In a perfect world, they wouldn't have been out of pink curtains at the store. Your sister finds some sadistic pleasure in drawing these open and blinding you awake each morning. You would resent it if she didn't also cook you breakfast. Look, it's not like I have a problem, right? My poster count is entirely reasonable. I can't help that Adam is so darn photogenic. Besides, look, in this one he's cuddling a puppy. How cute is that? When I got this, I promised myself I would write something in it every day. Haven't missed one yet. Speaking of which, some of the stuff in here is kinda private though. I probably shouldn't leave it lying around like this. Hey, that tickles! Maybe if I refresh it one more time? Oh, hey! Someone's messaging me.